Hello, my dear students. Have a great day to all of you. Myself, Mrs. Kavita Kanade from LVH College, Panchwati, Nasik. This is our OCM's lecture. We already started the fourth chapter, that is business services. In last lecture, we studied about the types of insurance, then the different principles of insurance, and in this lecture, we will learn about the warehouse. What is the meaning of warehouse? Then the different types of warehouse. Warehouse. What is the meaning of warehouse? A warehouse is a place where goods are kept is called warehouse. The person in charge of warehouse is called warehouse keeper. A commercial building for storage of goods, that is called as a warehouse or godown. We also can called as a warehouse or godown where the goods are kept safely. It is used by the manufacturers, then the importers, then exporters, wholesalers, transport business, and customers also. This is the meaning and definition of warehouse. Now we will see the definition of warehouse. Warehousing refers to the activities involving storage of goods on a large scale in a systematic and orderly manner and making them available conveniently when needed. That means because of the warehouse, we can purchase the goods or we can take any goods anytime. That means we these goods are available conveniently as and when needed by the customer. Means holding or preserving goods in huge quantities from the time of their purchase or production till their actual use or sales. Creates time utility by bridging the time gap between production and consumption of goods. That means it fills the gap between the production and consumption of goods. That's why warehousing service plays an important role in the business life. Then we will learn about the basic reasons for need of warehouse. That means for which reasons we need the warehouses. For storing raw materials, then in work in progress material, then consumable stores and spares, ready made components, finished goods. That means all these types of goods we are kept in the warehouse or in the godown. This is the basic reasons for the need of warehouse to keep the raw material. That means for the smooth flowing of production we need the frequently supply of raw material. That's why it is good to keep the raw material stored in the warehouse. Then the goods which are in the work in progress we can kept in the warehouse. Then the consumable stores and spares, this type of goods we can also store in the warehouse. Then the ready made components, when the finished products and ready made components are prepared, then we can store it till the delivery of that goods is prepared. That's why it is so much important to have the warehouse facility for the business. Then, which are the functions of warehousing? The main function of warehousing is to store and preserve goods. However, it undertakes various other functions as well. That means just like storage of goods, then production of goods, then financing, risk bearing, then processing, then grading and packing, transportation, and time and place utility. These are the functions of warehousing. We can learn these functions one by one. Storage of goods. The main and basic function of warehouse is to store huge amount of goods. That means huge quantity of goods we can keep in the warehouse. These goods are stored from the time of production or purchase till the time they are consumed or sold. That's why this is the first and main function of warehouse, that is storage of goods. Then second is protection of goods. Warehouse helps to protect stored goods from damage due to the heat, wind, dust, rains, etc. That means for due to these reasons, it is may possible to spoil the goods or to damage the goods, and with this warehouse keep these goods protected from all these things. Further, it makes arrangement to protect the goods as per the nature of the goods. For example, glassware is stored in thermocol, meat is stored in cold storage, and perishable goods that just like vegetables, flowers, meat, fish. This type of goods are perishable. That's why there is so much important to have the cold storage facility, and this facility is provided by the warehouse. Then the electrical equipments in hard cardboard boxes, etc. That means we can make possible this properly arrangement through the warehouse. This helps to protect the goods. This helps to reduce wastage and spoilage of goods. Then then third, we can see that the financing, when goods are kept at warehouse, the warehouse keeper issues a warehouse keeper warrant and receipt to the owner of the goods. The owner of the goods can deposit this receipt with the bank and raise necessary amount of finance, loan, or overdraft facility. That means we can get the finance through warehousing facility. Then the risk bearing. Generally, the owner of the goods bears the risk of loss or damage of the goods. However, when the owner stores the goods at warehouse, the warehouse keeper becomes liable for any loss due to fire or theft or the damage of goods. In short, the risk of loss or damage is transferred from the owner to the warehouse keeper. That means extra precaution is taken to ensure safety of the goods is taken by the owner by keeping the goods in the warehouse. That's why it is so much important to keep the goods in the warehouse for the risk bearing factor. Then the processing. Some goods require some processing before they are finally consumed. For example, furniture has to be polished, fruits have to be ripened. That means if there is a raw mangoes, then they are kept in the warehouses for process. Then some goods may have to be assembled, etc. The warehouse may undertake these activities and charges fees for the same. Then grading and packing. Grading and packing. The warehouses perform the function of grading and branding, packing the goods where they are stored in the warehouse on behalf of the manufacturer or trader. It also provides facilities for packaging of goods. That means warehousing also provides the facility of packaging the goods or branding the goods to the owner or to the manufacturer, and for that they pay the manufacturer pay the charges to the warehouse keeper. Then the transportation, functions of transportation. That means warehouse may also provide transportation facility to the depositor of the goods. They can collect the goods from the place of production, store the goods in the warehouse, and then deliver it to the place of delivery as required. That means on the consumption point, or to the big mall or to the marketplaces where the manufacturer want to sell these goods. That means transportation facility also provided by the warehouses. Then the time and place utility. Time utility is created when goods are stored and made available when they are demanded. Place utility is created when goods are made available at the place where they are required. That means time utility and place utility. These both utilities are facilitated by the warehouses. Warehouses perform both the functions and hence they create time utility and place utility. That means place utility, time utility is when goods are stored and made available as and when demanded. That is called as a time utility. And that means if umbrellas are umbrella, raincoat, such type of goods are required in the rainy season. At that time, when the rainy season started, then these goods are make available to the customers. This is the duty of warehouses, and this is called as a time utility function. And place utility means it is created when goods are made available at the place where they are required. That means at the marketplace, at the mall place, or as and when they are required. These two utilities, time and place utility, are created by the warehouse. These all are the functions of warehousing. Storage of goods, this is the main function. Then protection of goods, protection of goods from theft, from fire, from air, rain. These are the natural calamities. For all from these purposes, warehouses keep the products safe. Then financing function, then risk bearing function, then processing, then grading and packing, then transportation function, and last time and place utility. These are the 8 functions of warehousing. These are important from the point of view of the exam. Then types of warehouses. A warehouse is defined as an establishment for storage or accumulation of goods. In simple words, a warehouse is a commercial building or place for systematic storage of goods. In simple words, a warehouse is a commercial building or place for systematic storage of goods. These are the types of warehouses. First is private warehouse. Private warehouses are owned and managed by manufacturers and traders to store their own goods. That means manufacturer and traders build their own godowns or own buildings for the purpose of storing their own goods. That is called as a private warehouse. Big business organization which require huge storage place generally construct a private warehouse. These warehouses may be constructed by farmers, near to their field, by manufacturer near to their factories, and by traders near to their business areas. These warehouses are not open to general public. That means they are only for their own purpose. They use their or warehouses only for them. Not it is not open for the other people or for the general public. For example, the warehouses of DMart, Hometown, Big Bazaar, etc. are the examples of private warehouses. It is owned and operated by big manufacturer and merchants. Then the public warehouses. Public warehouses are owned and operated by an individual or a cooperative society. It works under the license of government. That means public warehouses are owned and managed by business organization or private individuals, but they are provide storage facilities to general public against payment of fees. That means they are available to anybody. These warehouses have to obtain license from the government and work as per the rules framed by the government. They are generally located near railway station, ports, highways, etc. That means it facilitates like sorting, grading, packaging, etc. are provided by the public warehouses. That means the facilities like sorting of goods, then grading the goods, then packaging, these facilities are also provided by the public warehouses. They charge the fees for that, and these are located near the railway stations, ports, and highways. and it is easy to access. That means they are easy to access for the general public. These are called as the public warehouses. then then the third is government warehouses. These warehouses work under the control of custom authorities. That government warehouse sorry duty paid warehouses, it is the public warehouse which are available to all importers, also useful for re-export of goods. That means if the importer is not able to transport the goods after the payment of duty, he can store the goods in duty paid warehouses. Duty paid warehouses stored imported goods on which duty has been paid. They act as a stopgap arrangement for the importer. This also used as the processing of goods can be undertaken when goods are stored in the warehouses. All duty paid warehouses are public warehouses which are available to all importers. That means which are available to all importers. Then these warehouses are more helpful to the businessman who re-export the goods. That means we can the exporters, the businessman who do the business of import and export. These duty paid warehouses are very much important or helpful for them. Then government warehouses. Government warehouses are owned and managed by central government or state government or public corporations or local authorities. These warehouses provide storage facilities at nominal cost to small traders, farmers, etc., who cannot afford to have their own warehouses. That means these are affordable warehouses for the small businessmen, then the farmers, and these are the owned and managed and controlled by central state government and the public authorities, and then the public authorities and the local authorities also. Then, for example, Central Warehousing Corporation of India, CWC, then the State Warehousing Corporation, SWC, State Warehousing Corporation, then the Food Corporation of India, FCI, Food Corporation of India. These are the main these all maintained government warehouses. These all are the maintained government warehouses. Then the cooperative warehouses. Cooperative warehouses. These warehouses owned, managed and controlled by cooperative societies. They provide the facilities at most economical rates. That means they provide storage facilities to their members as well as to the general public at most economical rates. They generally operated in rural areas. These warehouses are more useful to farmers and small traders in storing their goods. Then cold storage warehouses. Cold storage warehouses provides facilities for perishable goods just like fruits, vegetables, then meat, fish, such type of perishable goods. Goods are stored at very low temperature. That means we can store these perishable goods for the long time in the cold storage warehouses. These warehouses provide the facility of storing the products at a very low temperature, so so that they are preserved and can be used in the future. Cold storage warehouses have enabled certain seasonal foodstuffs to be available throughout the year. That means seasonal, sometimes some fruits or vegetables are available only one season, only in a one season or only in few months, but because of this facility we these fruits are available whole year. Moreover, international trade of perishable commodities is possible only because of such warehouses. These all are the types of warehouses. I hope all are you understand it in a better way. Thanks for listening carefully. Stay at home and read a book. Thank you.